He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
And welcome back to another episode of Ministry Truth. I am the number one host on this show, and I've got a whole lot of shit that we're not going to go over today, except for what happened in our great House of Representatives over the past week. I hope you guys enjoy. But before we do anything important, because that's just the way I am, we got to get up a little song to wake us up for this Saturday morning, and I found the perfect song. At least I think I did.
All you do is talk, but you never listen. Can you hear that? You're just back in the kitchen and make me some chicken. Don't test me, bitch. Don't test me, bitch. My pimp hand is strong and my patience is thin. So thin. Quit all your bitching, get back in the kitchen. I'm hungry. Don't test me, bitch. Don't test me, yeah,
Back
don't
in the
test me,
kitchen,
bitch. Do not test me, bitch. I will use my fist. I will smack your lip.
All right, before y'all take this shit way too seriously, it's fucking humor, okay? Relax. What's up, NTF?
Bust your shit. Oh, yeah. Talk back one more time. Just one more time. And this will be the scene of a crime. Don't test me, bitch. Don't test me, bitch. Yeah, don't test me, bitch. Do not test me, bitch. I will use
Probably
my
gonna get
fist.
canceled for this. Because you can't play Chris Brown, but I'm
I
playing
will
this.
bust your shit. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Juniper? Gotta keep that pimp hand strong, get that powder.
I dare you.
Come on, move.
My
Okay,
pimp
calm
hand
down.
is strong and my patience is thin. So baby, with all your bitching, get back in the kitchen.
Yeah, I remember
I'm
NPL.
hungry. Don't test me, bitch. Don't test me, yeah, don't test me, bitch. Do not test me, bitch. I will use my fist. I will smack your lip. I will bust your shit.
Was this song
Don't test
by
me,
Diddy?
bitch. Don't test me, yeah, don't test me, bitch. Do not test me, bitch.
Well, by the way, Diddy, you put your hands on a Filipino woman, and I feel like I have the sudden urge to murder you. That's Diddy. All right, let's not get that wrong. What's up, Jersey? So let's not finish that song because somebody's gonna get offended. Just
I will
kidding.
use my fist.
1964,
I
huh?
will smack your lip. I will bust your shit. Try me, bitch. I dare you.
All right, I know some of y'all saw Chaos in the
This
House
contempt.
and probably thought, oh, he's gonna talk about the community. Well, we are talking about a community. It's about America. God bless America. My favorite country in the entire world. No other country I'd rather be in. Now, let's talk about Mr. Hank Johnson. This is the same moron that thinks Guam is going to capsize.
Report that is being considered today is chock full of misleading references to President Biden's age and his mental competency. And throughout this hearing today, I've heard the false allegation made that Special Counsel Hur found that Biden was incompetent to stand trial. That is not what Hur found.
Who's her?
He simply questioned the president's memory. And so let's not get it twisted. And speaking of, cognitive impairment,
Oh, he's gonna bring up
the
Donald Trump.
report that we're considering today conveniently omits serious evidence that the standard bearer for my friends on the other side of the aisle, Donald Trump, is the only candidate who shows any evidence of competency problems.
I mean, he,
Just this past weekend, in a speech in Wildwood, New Jersey, Mr. Trump bizarrely praised a fictional
now let's keep in mind, Hank, how many people are at that rally in New Jersey? What's up, Laura? How many people were at that rally in New Jersey? I'm just curious. Was it over 100,000?
serial killer from Silence of the Lambs, the late great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man, is what the president said. And congratulations, the late great Hannibal Lecter. We have great people here that are being released into our country. We don't want our country. We don't want in our country. Hear it for yourself. Play the tape.
I mean, it's true. Come on, Hank.
Silence of the Lamb. Has anyone ever seen The Silence of the Lamb? The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man, President Xi of China, talking about Beijing. Now, they've got ships circling, they have planes, but they never were doing anything. I could have pressed Hillary a lot harder. You know, she broke up her phone, she broke them up, she acid washing. Bit bleach,
And her
right?
server.
Bit bleach. Nobody even knows what it is. All done by Biden. Carried out by Ray. That's right. Jimmy Connors is Jimmy Connors is good. He's also happy. Congratulations, the late great Hannibal Lecter. We have people that are being released into our country that we don't want in our country. You're up here screaming like a lunatic.
What was wrong with that?
Ladies and gentlemen, that sad display took place just this past weekend with the former
How
president.
many people
He
were there, Hank?
appeared to confuse the Chinese city of Beijing with the self-governing island of Taiwan. He confused Jimmy Connors, a famous tennis player, with Jimmy Carter, the 39th president of the United States.
Would the gentleman yield?
No, I won't. This rant is not a singular event. Last January, at a rally in Iowa, Mr. Trump incoherently stated, quote, "Think of it, magnets."
Now, here's
end
the
quote.
thing.
And now
Trump may
all
be
I know
saying
about
cities wrong or names wrong. Joe Biden says he's had meetings with dead people, dead world leaders that have been dead for a while. Joe Biden constantly forgets what he's talking about. And his main focal point is, well, my economy, my jobs, and I know how you guys feel. I also lost a son. Right? That's Joe Biden's speech is pretty much put in one. What's up, Yeti?
magnets is this: give me a glass of water, let me drop it on the magnets,
Phoenix.
and that's the end of the magnets, end quote. During a series of March campaign rallies, Trump mistook the country of Argentina for a person, telling the crowd, quote, "You know, Argentina, great guy."
Listen, I'm pretty sure a lady sang an entire song to Argentina. Right? Right? Great song. Great person, Argentina, you know.
He's a big Trump guy. He loves Trump. I love him because he loves Trump. Anybody that loves me, I like them, end quote. He also claimed that a poll was a legislative bill and he called our country the United Stage. And he made a series of unintelligible noises when describing himself. Ding, boom.
Hey, listen, of all that stuff that you're saying that Trump did, right? Be careful, Bubba. Did he shit his pants in public? Did Donald Trump ever shit his pants in public? Yeah, Jersey, it's over 100,000.
This is me, Bing. It's not even clear if Trump knows which of his political opponents he's running against. Mr. Trump has mixed up President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama
No,
on at least 8 different occasions.
no, that's done on purpose, Hank. That's done on purpose.
He bizarrely mixed up presidential candidate Nikki Haley with former Speaker Pelosi, inferring that Ambassador Haley was responsible for Capitol security. He can't keep straight the names of world leaders. In October of 2023, Mr. Trump referred to Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban as the, quote, great leader of Turkey, end quote. Republicans are intellectually and morally dishonest to criticize President Biden when their dear chosen leader, Donald Trump, presents with symptoms which are quite frankly scary.
Such as?
The American people can see through this Republican charade. This is just an ugly exercise to hurt.
The American people can see this ugly charade. Bro, check the poll numbers. You think that's working? The only thing that's going on right now with all these court cases and this bullshit, Trump doesn't have to campaign. You guys are doing it for him.
President Joe Biden, let's move on. And with that, I yield back.
Get him,
Gentleman
Thomas.
yields back. Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
I just wonder if the gentleman from the other side of the aisle is concerned that the additional aid that was voted on to go to Taiwan would cause that island to tip over in any point in the future.
You know what?
What?
I hope that
I'll yield
that
to the- I'll yield
I
to the
hope that the island of Guam is floating on water and not.
Hey, Hank, guess what? I'm from Guam and I took offense to that statement, but it's okay. You're going to get away with it because obviously look at the color of your skin and your lack of fucking actual intelligence.
Not on diesel fuel. That's the point I was making.
No, you
Well,
were dead ass
this-
serious.
And I think that the gentleman might question my mental acuity, but let's look at
I
your
would
dear
not.
leader. Let's look at your
belongs
leader,
reclaiming my time.
Time belongs to
former
the gentleman
President
from
Trump. Let's look
reclaiming
at
Time
my
belongs
time.
to the
Get him,
gentleman from
Thomas.
Kentucky.
Reclaiming my time. I have the utmost respect for my colleague on the other side of the aisle. The point I wanted to make is that sometimes we make statements tongue-in-cheek that we are metaphorically speaking, and that the president most certainly in most of those cases was doing that, as we all have, Republican and Democrat, made statements that if you're taken out of context, seem indefensible or ungrounded, if you will. Let me give an example. So the comment on the magnets here, if you give me a glass of water, let me drop it on the magnets at the end of the magnets. I've actually heard the former president, talk about that. And what he's talking about are electromagnets. So there was a discussion about whether the catapults on aircraft carriers should be steam-driven or electromagnetically driven. And it is true that steam is more reliable, that water would not affect the hoses, for instance, but salt water could affect wires that are driving electromagnets.
Weird.
So I think it's disingenuous here to offer this and take many things out of context, to take things that were said tongue-in-cheek, to take things that were said on the campaign trail and act as if they were meant to be taken literally, because we all, on both sides of the aisle, have said things before that were not meant to be taken literally. And with that, I yield back.
The gentleman yield?
I'll yield, Chairman.
I thank the gentleman for yielding. I think the point is well made. No human being's ever said everything exactly right. We've all made mistakes, whatever. But the fundamental question in front of us is, was the decision not to prosecute consistent with the Department of Justice's commitment to impartial justice?
Yeah, her.
That's the fundamental question.
Her said he was incompetent.
President Trump is getting prosecuted for a classified documents concern. Joe Biden isn't. Biden isn't because, this is what the special counsel said. He said, Mr. Biden's memory appeared to have significant limitations, both at the time he spoke to his monitor in 2017 and as evidenced by their recorded conversations and today, as evidenced by the recorded interview with our office.
What's up, Annoyed?
That's why we want the audio tape. President Trump is the department being impartial. President Trump is getting prosecuted. We know it's going on in Miami. President Biden isn't, and he isn't because of that statement from the special counsel. That statement from the special counsel in light of the facts of the case. The elements of the crime have been met. Mr. Hur sat right at that table and told us Joe Biden knowingly kept classified information and knowingly disclosed classified information. Special counsel told us in his report why Joe Biden did it. He said he had strong motivations to release classified information because he was writing a book for which he got paid $8 million. So we have motive, we have the elements of the crime, but he doesn't get charged, and yet President Trump does. And so this committee, the committee that oversees the Justice Department, has oversight of the Justice Department, wants to know if they are impartially administering justice. And the best way for us to figure all that out is to get all the evidence that the special counsel had at his disposal so we can figure that out and see if there's something we need to do
Never
legislatively to
forget
change the
that
special
Joe
counsel.
Biden's son lied on a federal weapons background check form, which is a fucking felony. And guess what? He's probably going to get, charged, but do you think he's actually going to get anything? All these fucking court cases they're talking about with, what the fuck's that name? Hunter Biden? Joe Biden's going to fucking pardon that dude no matter what fucking happens. So that's just a waste of fucking time. Joe Biden's probably not going to make it to a second term. And if he does, he's probably not going to last very long because he's fucking 80-something years old.
Council statute, but it's all part of our oversight. That's the fundamental question. We can get into things people say. I've said things that, taken out of context, Mr. Massey has, Mr. Johnson has, we've all said it. So that's not the point. The point is that fundamental question. Was it the administration of impartial justice? Were they being consistent? That's what we want to know. I yield back. Thank you, gentlemen, for yielding.
Yield the remainder of my time to Mr. Tiffany.
Yeah, and just to add on to the chairman's comments in regards to impartial, I mean, if you go back to the Senate confirmation hearing for this Attorney General, he said, I'm going to conduct justice without fear or favor. And he's getting a chance now to live up to those words. Will he provide impartial justice without fear or favor to the American people?
We
That's
know
a
he
question that's
won't.
before us. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.
The gentleman yield.
We're out of time. I can go to Mr. Ivey, and I'm sure he'll yield you some time. Or I'm not sure, but I would bet.
Let me go first.
Trump
and
is
I'll
in his
let you jump
70s.
again.
15 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Thank the gentleman.
He's about the same
previous
age,
two
just
speakers
maybe 4 years
are
older.
concerned about me taking President Trump's comments out of context. This is exactly what they plan on doing if they can get their hands on this audio file. They want to take President Biden's comments out of context.
Oh, weird. Like they took out President Trump's calls to Ukraine and Russia out of context. It's okay. It's okay. Trump's it's because Trump is a bad guy. He's racist. He's xenophobic. He's what else do they call him? I don't fucking know. He's 81 times indicted, whatever.
So this is projecting. This is exactly what these Republicans are known for. They do it. That's what their big cheese does, Donald Trump.
Bro, check it out. When he says like, oh, the Republicans this, Republicans that, or Democrats this, Democrats that, it's kind of like they're dividing them by race. Because that side, that's pretty bad to say, right?
Without
Oh, I hope this is not, okay, no. I don't like Dan Goldman. I believe he's from New York. This dude is so fucking stupid and blind, and he thinks his shit don't stink. And he does it a lot. He's arrogant. He's cocky. He really looks like he would be a Nazi. And judging by the name Goldman, maybe he's not a Nazi, but he could be the modern day Nazis, right? Oh, and by the way, this has Anna Paulina Luna.
Objection, the amendment is considered as read. I reserve a point of order. The gentleman from New York is recognized for 5 minutes to explain his amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment details and enumerates exactly what the subpoena requested and exactly what the Department of Justice has done in response to that subpoena. And I will summarize that the subpoena of February 12th requested all documents and communications, including audio and video recordings, related to the special counsel's interview of President Biden, as well as the special counsel's interview of Mark Zwanitzer, who is the ghostwriter of President Biden's book or books. 3, the documents identified as A9 and A10 in Appendix A of Mr. Her's report. And 4, all communications between or among representatives of the Department of Justice, including the Office of Special Counsel, the Executive Office of the President, and President Biden's personal counsel referring or relating to Mr. Her's report. Obviously, it goes almost without saying that that last request is completely improper, would be deliberative process and executive privilege, although I don't think they determined executive privilege, but there is no basis for Congress to get internal communications within the Department of Justice about decisions they have made. And if you have any question about that, you should go refer back to your favorite former president and his administration, where they use that repeatedly. In response to the subpoena, the special counsel, or rather the Department of Justice, provided the unredacted report, as you know, the transcripts of the interviews of President Biden and Mr. Zwanitzer, provided the documents identified as A9 and A10. So really the only thing that could even be considered as a legitimate request that the Department of Justice withheld is the audio recording of the 2 interviews, about which there already is a transcript. And so the question that this amendment begs is, if the majority thinks that giving substantially the entire subpoena response, responding with substantially everything that the subpoena asks for warrants contempt of Congress, what does the majority think about somebody who, I don't know, refuses to respond to a subpoena altogether?
Hey, you guys want to hear a name? Hunter Biden. You know how they responded, you fucking clown.
Maybe Chairman Jordan has a response to that?
I just gave you one.
Mr. Biggs, Mr. Perry? Because I'm pretty sure that they each received duly authorized subpoenas, and I appreciate
Hunter Biden.
that the gentleman
yield?
Georgia. In 1 sec, I will.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Joe had a subpoena, and he said, "Fuck that."
The gentle lady. I will. 1 second. The gentle lady from Georgia, with her esteemed legal knowledge, determined that the January 6th committee was not a legitimate committee, when unfortunately a number of actual courts of law determined that it was. So those subpoenas to members of Congress were duly authorized subpoenas.
Duly noted.
And if Merrick Garland is going to be held in contempt and is going to be threatened with inherent contempt and sent to a non-existent jail in the basement of the Congress.
All right, so what about those hundreds of people that are still sitting in jail that have yet to be charged, they have yet to be put in front of a judge? What's up with that? Are we forgetting about them? Oh, because they're insurrectionists? Hey, nobody ever called it an insurrection. It has never been verified as an actual insurrection. Because they're not charged with insurrection.
Then what is going to happen to those witnesses who just outright defy congressional subpoenas? Because I do think the majority ought to be careful about the precedent that it sets. Because, Ms. Luna, I am happy.
You're not supposed to do that.
To reinstitute right now with you inherent contempt. And I can assure you that when you consult
You're
with
not
the rest,
supposed to address other members directly. Wonder why they didn't get him for that.
of your party, nobody will want it because
Will the
it
gentleman
will be much, much worse for you than for the Democrats.
Will the
Sure,
gentleman
I'm
yield?
happy to yield, yes.
I just like to point out that inherent contempt or contempt, as to my understanding, can't be brought forward in a new Congress, even if it's been a past violation. I know because I actually inquired on Cohen today.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
just
no,
so
no,
you're
I'm,
aware.
I'm not suggesting that we bring in
I'm just-
contempt
just to clarify.
for any past subpoenas. I'm talking about the precedent that you are.
Are you
setting.
now willing
Like
to yield,
that,
Mr.
Biggs? Yes, of course.
Mr. Chair, thank you for yielding to
This
me.
is Jamie.
First of all, you made a personal reference again to Mr. Jordan, about myself, and about Mr. Perry, which we had agreed that we wouldn't do. But I'm going to respond to you. We asserted that we had not received service. And
Okay.
that's how we
So
responded.
your response
End of
is that you
story.
didn't receive service of the subpoena. I just want to be clear. That's why you didn't comply?
don't you have to be
Gentleman's
served?
time's expired. Gentleman's time's
I
expired.
thought so. I'll yield.
Do any other members wish to speak on the Goldman?
Yeah, I don't like Goldman. Like I told you, if you watch this shit, don't stink. And he keeps bringing up this, but it never gets to the point of, well, why are we here? It's all about the former president, which has nothing to do with what they're here for today. It's Merrick Garland, which now we're going to get to the fun part. So apparently there was a huge cat fight. People got ghetto, and well, it was chaos. This is the same thing. The whole court case, the committee hearing was like 3 hours, and I was like, "Ow, there's too much talking." And then I found this. Thank you, Forbes. Now let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, we have finally... children of all ages. If you're above 18, because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be of 18 because of my foul language. Or PG-13, but who cares? Let's get to the main event. I hope y'all ready. Grab some popcorn, grab some weed, whatever it is you do when you watch comedy.
The amendment is considered as read. I reserve a point of order. The gentleman from New York is recognized for 5 minutes to explain his amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This amendment details and enumerates
We saw what happened
exactly what the subpoena, all communications between or among
it's
representatives
because I
of the
replayed the
Department of
same one.
Justice,
I'm a fucking
including the Office of
idiot. All right, here we go. Here we go for real this time.
The chair is authorized. You're good. The chair is authorized to declare a recess at any time. Pursuant to Committee Rule 5B and House Rule 11, Clause 2, the chair may postpone further proceedings today on the question
Look at that dirtbag
of
goes
approving
right.
any measure or matter or adopting an amendment on which a recorded vote or the yeas and nays are ordered. Now, pursuant to notice, I call up a report containing a resolution recommending
Hear you making weird noises like you just did. It's not me fucking jerking off or anything like that. Fucking back. Woke up and my back is just like fucking stabbing. So, yeah. So I have to like try not to move or stand up, and it's fuck this army. I mean, I love the army. I mean, well.
the House of Representatives find Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress for refusal to comply with a subpoena duly issued by this committee. The clerk will report, which has been distributed in advance.
A report containing a House resolution recommending that the House of Representatives find Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress for refusal to comply with a subpoena duly issued by this committee.
I ask unanimous consent that the report be considered as read and open for amendment at any point. Without objection, so ordered, the chair recognizes himself to offer an amendment in the nature of a substitute. The clerk will please report the amendment.
An amendment in the nature of a substitute offered to the contempt report as offered by Mr. Comer of Kentucky.
Without objection, the amendment is considered as read and the substitute will be considered as original text for the purposes of further amendment. I now recognize myself for 5 minutes for a statement on the report.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Chair recognizes Mr. McDonald.
Mr. Chairman, for the purposes of this hearing, I move that debate be structured to 1 hour on the ANS, 30 minutes each side, and 10 minutes on every debate that might be entered during this hearing of the Oversight Committee.
Mr. Chairman,
Objection.
I object to that.
All right, there's an objection, so we'll vote.
Of course there is.
Mr. Chairman, maybe we heard on the motion?
Yeah, there's a motion, and all right, we'll suspend.
Mr. Chairman, my objection consists of this. He cannot move to override the rules of the House of Representatives. And we know exactly how
president can.
debate is to occur, which is the way we usually proceed in debate. So I don't think we have the power to do that.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, this committee has already done that earlier in this very Congress.
Oh.
We went into structured debate on a couple of items a few months ago.
Yes, by unanimous consent only. So I've objected to
Take
it.
a vote.
I mean, if the gentleman wants to take it to a vote, we can take it to a vote.
Take it to a vote.
Gentlemen, you?
By all means. Well, why do we want to limit debate on this anyway?
Yeah. If I may, I rise in support.
Okay, we're going to suspend and call the parliamentarian to get the official ruling, correct?
Okay.
So it may take I'm estimating 5 minutes.
Fine, Mr. Chairman. In the meantime, I have a parliamentary inquiry of my own. Can you?
Well, I think we're suspended.
Oh, I just thought in order to save time,
Shut up,
if
Jamie.
you had other parliamentary inquiries, you could take them. No?
Yeah.
No?
No, let's get the ruling from the parliamentarian, then we'll proceed.
Right, kittens? It's a ridiculous panel, especially this one. Wait till we get to the good parts. They waste a lot of time with these bullshits. Hey, Lauren. Nice tennis shoes, bro. What up, Dub? Oh my god. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to show the entire 3-hour one.
5 minute.
Oh yes, kittens. There's a amazing part of this, and it involves Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, she's the only one here right now. Once Jasmine Crockett showed up, that's part of it, and then once AOC gets involved, it's like ghetto.
The committee will come back to order. The motion is out of order. I'll now recognize myself for 5 minute opening statement.
But, Mr. Chairman, can I just pursue my parliamentary
Oh my
inquiry?
god, Jamie.
Will you just explain why this markup was delayed to 8 p.m., throwing everybody's schedule into chaos today and the building's closed to the public? Why was that done?
Okay, that's not an appropriate inquiry.
The time of the meeting is not an appropriate procedure.
Do your fucking job. You get paid to
Inquiry
do
is not
something.
an appropriate.
Listen, when I hear fucking
Parliamentary-
Congress complaining, well, we're working past this and this, nobody fucking cares, dude. You're elected to do one thing and you get paid very well. You need to do your fucking job. You're failing the American people. You're wasting our money. Do your fucking job. I don't care how late you have to work. Tell that to soldiers that are deployed right now. Tell them, hey, it's 8 p.m. Don't worry, we're going to put the fucking war on hold until 07 tomorrow. Hey! 07 tomorrow morning. Right? No, that doesn't happen.
Inquiry. So let's get back to order. Recognize myself for opening statement. Today's markup initiates contempt of Congress proceedings against U.S. Attorney Merrick Garland for defying a subpoena from the Oversight Committee. The committee's February subpoena required the Department of Justice to produce audio recordings of President Biden's interview with the special counsel investigating his mishandling and improper disclosure of classified materials. The department has chosen not to produce them. That's why we're here today. This is not a complicated.
Yes. Their health insurance is pretty much the same I had when I was in the military, but theirs is a little better because they go straight to Walter Reed. But now that I'm out of the military, I'm not going to lie, I pay $1,000 a year for the same coverage I had when I was in the military. So, I mean, it's worth it. But they also probably get this shit. They probably do a 4-year term and they get that shit for the rest of their lives. Because I don't know if y'all know, all you got to do is serve one term in Congress and you get a pension for the rest of your life.
Subject. The Oversight Committee requires these audio recordings, and the Department of Justice has refused to provide them. We're not in court. The accommodations process has been exhausted. We are not making a request. The subpoena requires
Oh, yeah, I remember that, Dub.
production. We are not requiring anything that interferes with an ongoing investigation. The special counsel already concluded his investigation by choosing not to charge President Biden because he is an, quote, elderly man with a poor memory, end
Got him.
quote. This morning, the Department of Justice informed the committee that the president has asserted executive privilege over the audio recordings of the president's interview with
Actually,
special
let's
counsel
rewind.
Hur.
I didn't just say got him because now it makes me sound like a retard. No offense to anybody that says got him, but for me, I mean, it's retarded.
President Biden's decision to withhold the audio recording from Congress is alarming. The committee has
Kittens, are you feeling better? I forgot to ask. I'm sorry.
already obtained the transcript of the interview. President Biden must have something to hide because it does not make sense that he would suppress the audio if the transcript was accurate. There is no substitute, as the many lawyers on this committee will tell you, for a recording of an actual conversation. Not a summary, not a report, not a transcript. The White House has shown it is willing to alter transcripts to protect Joe Biden's image. We will not simply take the Justice Department's word about this interview. It is not the Department of Justice's decision how to cooperate with a subpoena, just like the people who receive subpoenas from DOJ do not get to negotiate their compliance. The Department of Justice is not above Congress. It is not above the law.
Get off the curtain,
It is
idiot.
also not President Biden's decision to assert executive privilege.
Like my daughter got a new cat, so if you hear me yelling at him, he's either getting in a fight with the other cat, which is whooping his ass, or just like right now, he decided he was going to try and climb my curtain.
On audio recordings when the transcript has already been released. In 1974, the House rejected an attempt by President Nixon to release a transcript instead of subpoenaed audio recordings. And there should be bipartisan support to reject it here too. Not long ago, a very distinguished member of this committee said, and I quote, "The lesson is, please tell your children out there in America, if you get a subpoena to go before Congress, if you get a subpoena to go to the court, go. You have a legal responsibility to go."
So, funny story. I got a subpoena once, and guess what? I didn't go. Last time I checked, I have no warrants. So, yeah. But you should go, like he said. But yeah.
End quote. That distinguished member was none other than Ranking Member Jamie Raskin in 2022, only 2 years ago. Now Ranking Member Raskin has spent this Congress making excuses for why people like Hunter Biden or now the Department of Justice don't have to comply with congressional subpoenas.
Oh, shit. He brought it up.
On January 10th, 2023, this committee announced an investigation into President Biden's mishandling of classified documents. 2 days later, on January 12th, 2023, the Attorney General announced his intent to appoint a special counsel to oversee the criminal investigation of President Biden. While the special counsel pursued his investigation, the committee did its own work and found facts that have challenged the White House's official narrative about these classified materials. Months of thorough investigating by this committee have revealed attempts by the White House to keep the truth from the American people, not just about the documents themselves and why Joe Biden had them, but President Biden's memory and mental capacity.
You guys remember Joe Biden and his campaign were running on transparency. We're going to be 100% transparent on everything we do for the American people. Has anybody seen any of that transparency? From day one, there was no transparency.
To do his job. The committee's timeline begins well before the White House's narrative that President Biden's private lawyers just stumbled upon classified materials in November 2022 at the Penn Biden Center. May 24th, 2022, 6 months before the White House's story began, the White House counsel, Dana Remus, contacted a Biden former employee to retrieve President Biden's materials from the Penn Biden Center and then traveled there herself to pick up boxes. Why would the most senior lawyer?
Well, here's the thing about the debates. There's 2 debates. Both of them are done on a predominantly liberal network. And from what I heard or read, there's going to be nobody there. It's pretty much a closed debate. So that's pretty much trying to set Trump up for failure. But we'll see. We'll see, because we got the first one coming up in June.
The White House be going to pack up an office that was supposed to just have pictures and personal documents in it? Why were President Biden's personal lawyers visiting the Penn Biden Center days before the discovery of classified materials if they thought they were just picking up pictures and letters? Why were they calling FedEx to pick up boxes and a White House employee was leaving with boxes before the November 2nd discovery? Now the White House won't permit this committee to depose Dana Remus. The White House won't allow any of the employees that entered the Penn Biden Center before November 2022 to speak with the
Oh,
committee.
no, we're going to watch it live, Dub. Trust
What
me.
is the White House afraid of? Why not be transparent and open with this committee and the American people? For that matter, what are Democrats on this committee who oppose the release of these audio recordings afraid of? The recordings will just be President Biden speaking. What is it that would make them nervous about that? It's because they know, once again, President Biden has not been honest. He hasn't been honest about his family's foreign entanglements. He hasn't been honest about mishandling classified
Been a long
documents.
time.
And if the Democrats were honest, they'd admit President Biden's mental capacity is declining. Americans see it happening every day. In fact, 6 in 10 Americans don't have confidence in Joe Biden's mental
How you
capacity.
been?
If the Attorney General wants to defy Congress and not produce the audio recordings, he will face consequences for those actions. The path before us is clear. I urge this committee to move forward with holding Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt. I now recognize the ranking member.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, in this special nighttime episode, we resume the Madcap comedy mystery series called Comer's High Crimes and Misadventures, the hilarious quest to impeach a president who has done nothing wrong, an avowedly low-budget but multi-million-dollar taxpayer-funded production, which most
I
Americans
figured that.
assumed had ended 2 months ago
doing
and had
great.
completely forgotten about. But tonight, with the cast and crew now fresh back from a surprise
You mean
trip
like
to
the
New York
January
City,
6th committee?
Stop it.
I'd like my time
Here it
restored
comes.
to me, Mr. Chairman.
Order, order. Chair recognizes the ranking member.
They're just like this for this whole thing. Well, at least they do the hour.
Order. Order, order.
Well, tonight with the cast and crew fresh back from their surprise trip to New York City, it's clear the show must go on. Now, our originally scheduled performance was supposed to be at 11 a.m. today, but it was postponed when members of the majority chose to join a mass spiritual
I'm not going to
pilgrimage
say
to the New
anything, right? But when you look at some of these Congress women, right? This is a Democrat, this lady right here on the left. And then you got this picture. Oh my God. I was thinking about, no, never mind. Fuck, I can't cancel YouTube. But anyway, yeah.
New York criminal trial of a Florida man,
Hey, you
an
fucking moron.
adjudicated fraudster and rapist, as he faces 34 felony counts of falsifying corporate financial records to cover up $130,000 paid in hush money to a porn star sex partner. Now, although some people are churlishly complaining that members should actually be here to vote on public business and should not have forced a last-minute change in the committee schedule, our colleagues properly demonstrated for all of history their fierce devotion to this clearly reformed, devout, and pious Florida spiritual leader who many supporters are now calling the Messiah from Mar-a-Lago. Of course,
Oh, I thought you were talking
in
about
the
me.
meantime, Chairman Jordan in the House Judiciary
Will the
Committee
gentleman yield?
preempted.
won't.
No, I'm in the middle
Sir,
of my
I appreciate
introduction.
that photo. It's a
He's
good
a
photo.
Yeah.
I would like a copy of that. I'm with it.
Would you like a signed one, Raskin?
Yes,
Could you get your members in order, Mr. Chairman?
It's a great
Order,
photo. I want a copy
order,
of it.
order.
Mr. Chairman.
In the meantime, Chairman Jordan in the House Judiciary Committee preempted our GOP colleagues on oversight, rendering this entire exercise not only absurd, but completely meaningless and redundant. They have already held Attorney General Garland purportedly in contempt. Now, when we last met on this matter, you will recall that the majority still had not identified a single high crime or misdemeanor that the president had committed.
What about
the
Trump?
committee's
What's
impressive
yours?
3.8 million pages of documents and 80 hours of testimony from 20 witnesses produced nothing but overwhelming and definitive
Well, here's the
proof.
funny thing. He's saying that right now, but Hillary Clinton said in an interview the other day that no matter what it looks like, we can just erase the bad parts about the history going forward. She fucking said that in an interview. It was like a fucking weird 1984 moment. Which there's a video I want to show. I don't know if I can show it on YouTube. I emailed the creator to see if it was okay. If not, I'll just do on Rumble. But yeah.
That President Biden had done nothing wrong. So desperate for a new storyline, Republicans have come up with this astonishing new plot twist. They now propose to hold the Attorney General of the United States in contempt for giving the committee the information it asked for. And it is information that has absolutely nothing to do with their failed impeachment investigation or any high crimes or misdemeanors.
We know who
now,
you meant.
True fans of the show will recall from prior episodes this plot device of punishing people for complying with committee orders. But this new episode of not taking yes for an answer sends us off into strange new worlds of absurdity where no congressional committee has truly ever gone before. The majority wanted to know what President Biden said in his voluntary interview with
As
Special
long as
Counsel
this
Hur.
motherfucker's been a ranking member for these committee hearings, essentially it's his fucking fault too.
And maybe there was an impeachable diamond lurking in the rough. So the Justice Department complied with the request. It turned over the 250-page transcript of President Biden's 5-hour interview with the special counsel. We had a hearing on it in this committee.
Release the transcript.
The special counsel came, and there was nothing impeachable there. If there had been, you would have taken up Mr. Moskowitz.
You think if they would actually release a transcript to the public that we would have the same, what's the word I'm looking for? Outcome as what he's saying? Release the transcript. So like, if it's okay, it's okay. I mean, it's the president of the United States. It's not like he's giving away secret fucking testimony. Because some of these members in Congress don't even have a security clearance. For all I know, Joe Biden doesn't have one.
With his offer, and you would have voted on impeachment after it happened, but you didn't. Committee members and millions of Americans got to read the entire transcript and can read it right now if they like. We all can learn what the president was asked and see how he answered each and every question. But the chairman insists that's not enough. He and the rest of America are clearly able to read the interview, but he wants to be able to hear the interview.
Yeah.
The book is not sufficient. He wants the audio book. And because of this...
Because like I said, who released this version? The government. Who released this version? His fucking people. Come on. Sure, do the audio. I'll listen to it for 5 fucking hours.
Gratuitous and comical request, the whole troop now seeks to hold the Attorney General of the United States of America in contempt. Anyone watching can grasp the fallacy cleverly tucked into this new special primetime episode. There is nothing relevant or material that our committee can learn from an audio tape, which we cannot learn from the 250 pages of the transcript. The format of the medium does not change the content of the communication.
Yeah, it does.
So
actually.
in this absurd twist, our friends now seek to blame the spectacular belly flop of their own impeachment probe on Attorney General Garland and his sneaky effort to obstruct the investigation by cooperating with it. We know what real obstruction looks like.
I don't understand what he's meaning by that Garland is actually cooperating with this. If you listen to some of these Garland sorry testimonies, right? He's a lot of pussyfooting around the answers, or he just straight up didn't answer it. I mean, that's what they do in these committee hearings now. These witnesses just don't answer the questions. Makes no fucking sense. I'm not privileged to answer that question, right? Or I didn't know, or I'll get back to you on that. Bro, there's a reason you're the one there getting questioned.
Looks like, because the last president specialized in it. This president agreed to sit down for a voluntary 5-hour interview with the special counsel investigating him. Attorney General Garland turned over the complete 250-page transcript interview. That's not obstruction. Real obstruction was Trump and his administration refusing to provide information Congress requested in more than 100 different congressional investigations and inquiries. And I know that pleases the gentlelady from Georgia because he issued...
I just want to hear Joe Biden. Why can't the American people hear him?
100%.
Order, Mr. Chairman. Get her under control.
What?
President Trump issued an edict. No, I am glad that the
I
general...
want you to let you know, whoever's made that comment, which I 100% believe it was Ron Goldman, but he's saying that she can be controlled by a man. He told a man to control a woman. Y'all hear that? I mean, if the left really wanted to play that, there you go. Bring that shit up.
Chairman, get her under control.
See?
President Trump issued an edict. No, I am glad that the gentlelady from Georgia is learning something tonight. Okay, the president. I encourage her to be a good listener, and she's been a good listener. So,
wow,
Mr. Chairman,
like a child now.
The last president issued an edict directing all federal officials in his administration to categorically ignore and reject all congressional subpoenas. Do my colleagues remember that? Do they know that? He told them not to cooperate with any federal investigation at all by Congress. And we didn't hear a peep from any of them. That was real obstruction. Real obstruction happened when two members of this committee, who may be preparing to vote tonight to hold Attorney General Garland in contempt, brazenly refused to comply with subpoenas from the U.S. House Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol, and still have not responded to those subpoenas. But now it seems,
doesn't exist
Mr.
anymore.
Chairman, I just got past something that the whole obstruction gimmick may just be a fundraising ploy, which demeans the overwhelming legal integrity and impressive theatrical ambitions of this enterprise. I was just handed a mass fundraising email solicitation for your campaign that you sent out this evening, Mr. Chairman, stating that, quote, Biden and his advisors are terrified that I will release the recordings, forcing the media and Democrats to answer for the dismal decline of Biden's mental state. This could be the final blow to Biden with swing voters across the country. The Democrats...
So, what is wrong with that? The more, now that I'm watching this, I want to hear those tapes. Because they're pretty much pushing, hey, the tapes aren't important. It's the transcripts. The transcripts are exactly the same as the tape. I don't believe so. 5 hours of testimony, only 280 pages? That seems kind of weird to me.
Are pulling out all the stops to stop the bleeding. Signed, James Comer, Chairman, House Oversight Committee. Now, I must confess my disappointment to be handed this fundraising solicitation signed by you as Chairman of the House Oversight Committee. I thought that you were serious about the legal enterprise here.
What's up, Donovan?
Not just another political huckster calling hearings to score cheap political points and to make a buck. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record the full and complete 250-page transcript of the president's interview with special
counsel. Well, that makes it even worse. He's been changing his numbers. Because I'm pretty sure it started at like 3-something. I'm going to have to go back and listen, but he's changed that number 3 times. Which is why I ended up saying 280 for the last one. Unless I just misunderstood that. But I'm pretty sure at the beginning it was like 300 and something. Now it's 250. For 5 hours of testimony. Interesting. So out of that 5 hours of testimony, how much of it wasn't testimony? How much it was them sitting around bullshitting?
We have now had in our committee for more than 2 months.
Without objection, so ordered.
And I know that some people may think this is a big Broadway production now with everybody's trip to the Big Apple, but it is high time to close this unhinged series and get back to some semblance of the people's work.
You caught that, right? He's been talking about everybody, these guys that been showing up at Donald Trump's trial, supporting their own candidate, right? What's wrong with that? How many places have we seen any of you Biden or Democrats show up anywhere Biden's at? Right? These photo ops that are obviously staged with Joe Biden. Where are all the state congressmen or women? Where are they? You'd think they'd be there with him, right there next to him, just like all the Republicans are with Donald Trump. Just saying, check it out.
We have the interview transcript. We have the president's words. There's no basis for this outlandish contempt proceeding, which only further disgraces our committee along with judiciary. Accordingly, Mr. Chairman, and since your members seem to be in such a hurry to be done with this, I move to immediately adjourn these proceedings.
Really?
Seconded.
So in your opening statement, you moved to adjourn.
I'm moving to adjourn these proceedings.
Get the fuck out of here.
Motion and second. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no.
No.
The noes have it. Motion fails. Now, do any other members wish to be heard?
Recorded vote.
Oh my God,
A
AOC.
recorded vote has been requested. The clerk will call the roll.
We got our thing.
I just don't understand why they're fucking getting paid to do this shit, but they don't want to do it because it's late. Because it's late. Bro, I was out treating combat casualties at 2 o'clock in the morning because it's late. And fuck you guys.
A procedural vote, we have to vote the old-fashioned way.
Mr. Jordan.
Where is
Mr. Turner. Mr. Gosar. Mr. Gosar votes no. Ms. Fox.
Don't
Ms.
leave, Byron.
Fox votes no. Mr. Grothman. Mr. Grothman votes no. Mr. Cloud. Mr. Cloud votes no. Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer votes no. Mr. Higgins.
Mr. Higgins.
Mr. Higgins votes no. Mr. Sessions. Mr. Sessions votes no.
Jeff is still in
Mr.
office?
Biggs. Mr. Biggs votes no. Miss Mace. Miss Mace votes no. Mr. LaTurner. Mr. LaTurner votes no. Mr. Fallon.
Jimmy?
Mr. Fallon votes no. Mr. Donalds. Mr. Donalds votes no. Mr. Perry.
Steve?
Mr. Perry votes no. Mr. Timmons.
I don't know
Mr.
about it,
Timmons votes no. Mr. Burchett.
No.
Mr. Burchett votes no.
Tennessee
Miss
rep.
Green.
No.
Miss Green votes no. Miss McLean. Miss Boebert.
No.
Miss Boebert votes no. Mr. Fry. Mr. Fry votes no. Miss Luna. Miss Luna votes no. Mr. Langworthy.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that, Donovan.
Mr. Langworthy
That's a
votes
long time
no.
ago.
Mr. Burleson. Mr. Burleson votes no.
My ex-wife was from Burleson, Texas. Well, that one's funny.
Mr. Waltz. Mr. Waltz votes no.
Right, kittens? You know,
Mr.
you know what I
Raskin.
mean.
Aye.
Mr. Raskin votes aye. Miss Norton.
Yes.
Miss Norton votes yes. Mr. Lynch.
John Lynch?
Mr. Lynch votes aye. Mr. Connolly.
Aye.
Mr. Connolly votes
that-
aye. Mr. Krishnamurthy. Mr. Krishnamurthy votes aye.
Oh yeah, I
Mr.
couldn't come up with
Khanna.
anything for that.
Mr. Mfume.
Aye.
Mr. Mfume votes aye.
Look at that.
Ms. Ocasio-Cortez.
Aye.
Smash.
Ms. Ocasio-Cortez votes aye. Ms. Porter.
Aye.
Ms. Porter votes aye. Ms. Bush.
Corey?
Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown votes yes. Ms. Stansbury.
Right, kittens? It's disgusting.
Ms. Stansbury votes yes. Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia votes aye. Mr. Frost. Mr. Frost votes yes. Ms. Lee. Ms. Lee votes yes. Mr. Kassar. Mr. Kassar votes yes. Ms. Crockett.
Aye.
Oh, I know.
Ms.
Oh,
Crockett
by the way,
votes aye.
Miss Crockett. Oh, her and Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene. Hope y'all are ready.
Aye. Mr. Goldman. Mr. Goldman votes aye. Mr. Moskowitz. Mr. Moskowitz votes aye. Ms. Tlaib. Ms. Tlaib votes yes. Ms.
I was
Presley.
about to say there's a bunch of Jews and then to
Ms.
leave.
Presley votes aye. Mr. Chairman.
I vote yes. And how did Mr. Jordan vote? I mean, I vote no. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I vote no.
stupid.
The chairman votes no.
Yeah. How did Mr. Jordan record it?
Mr. Jordan is not recorded. No. Mr. Jordan votes no.
That's 24. That's good.
The noes have it. Obviously, since we're still going to watch some more of this. Oh, there's Jim. He must have been taking a potty break.
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the nays are 24, the ayes are 19.
Ah,
The noes have it. The motion to adjourn fails. Is any
Mr. Chairman, move to
other
strike the
members
last
seek
word.
recognition?
Mr. Chairman, move to strike the last word.
what?
Chair recognizes Mr. Moskowitz.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. All right, so welcome to Oversight After Dark.
It's 8 o'clock.
If you love James Comer at 11 o'clock in the morning, you're really going to love him at 8:30 p.m. So, members, the hearing was moved today. We don't have to ask the question. The hearing
I don't
was moved
trust him.
today
This is a suit.
so that members could go to New York and attend the Trump hearing. But how's he doing? He's complained that he's chilly in the courtroom. Is it chilly?
I mean, it is cold in the
Is
courtroom.
it chilly?
Will the gentleman yield?
No, I'll assume it's
He's
chilly.
doing very good.
Okay, good. So, it was mentioned by the ranking member about really what we're doing here. You don't have to listen to my words. I would like to do a spirited reading of the campaign email sent out by the chairman.
Oh, sweet.
It's on lovely
Oh,
stationery.
we've actually just heard this.
In fact, it says from the desk of the oversight chairman. I'm not sure you can do that, but I'm not an ethics expert. It says friend. President Biden is exerting executive privilege in a last-ditch attempt to stop the disastrous audio recording of his interview with special counsel from being released, and it's highlighted in yellow.
Listen to how he's saying it,
Saw
too.
that. Just a few months ago, the White House bragged that Joe Biden had nothing to hide and would not exert executive privilege during special counsel Hur's investigation. They even said he had nothing to hide. That's in italics.
Okay.
Now Biden and his advisors are terrified that I, James Comer, will release the recordings, forcing the media and the Democrats to answer for the dismal decline of Biden's
You know,
mental state.
when I read shit like that, I'm being sarcastic as fuck. So, yeah, if you make it sound sarcastic, because it's easy to do that. Of course, people are gonna be like, "This is a sham trial."
Even had attorney Merrick Garland write a letter saying that his interview falls within the scope of executive privilege. This could be the final blow with swing voters across the country. Okay. You and I know, hold on, we're not done, it gets better. You and I know he's not up for the job, but the mainstream's media refusal to report on it as only keeping him in the game. Stand with Comer. The Democrats... You sure about that? The Democrats are pulling out all the stops to stop the bleeding. That means coming after me with everything they had. If you're able, we hope you are, I'd be so grateful if you'd consider making a donation to my campaign. I sure need it to defend against the onslaught of attacks. Thank you for everything. James Comer, chairman of the House Oversight Committee.
Okay.
Without objection, I'd
What's
like to
wrong with
enter
that?
that into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
All right, beautiful.
What
So
was that
again,
all
Mr.
about?
Chairman, since you think this is the final blow, right? And obviously the chairman of Judiciary is here too. We only have June, July, and September before the election. We're not here in August and October.
You
So,
should be.
I mean, I'm sure the American people are paying attention at 11:30 p.m. where you buried this hearing because it's so important. When are we going to do the impeachment of Joe Biden? When is that going to happen? Is it going to be June? Is it going to be July? Is it going to be September? Let's put it
Well,
on the
listen.
calendar. Let's
Are they
put
going
it
to do
on-
the impeachment? Because this point is fucking stupid, right? They're worried about getting reelected, not about doing stupid shit like impeaching Joe Biden. At least in my opinion, that's what I should see. But it doesn't matter what time you are there at fucking night, clown shoe. You've got a job to do for the American people. Okay? You still get to go home at night.
on the calendar, pick a month. We're available. We were available at 11 a.m. You guys weren't. Just pick a month, right, so we can get it on the calendar and do the impeachment. So hold on. I'll give you choices. Ready? June. July. How about September? Okay. So we're never going to schedule this thing. It's never going to happen. He's sending out more subpoenas
That's a
because
good
he has
thing.
no evidence.
So if it's
Okay,
not going to
and yet here we
happen,
go
right? Guess what
around and
happens when it doesn't happen? We're not wasting taxpayer money. Wow, that seems like a fucking hell of an idea. More time to focus on real shit for this country. Unlike, what Rashida Tlaib wants over there. Send more money to Palestine, but at the same time, we got to send more money. Well, I said Palestine. To the Palestinian people. Or we can send more money to Israel, send more money to Ukraine, more money to Taiwan. Because, I'm more worried about Guam. I have a lot of family there. We need to be able to secure it so it doesn't tip over.
Around and around. And so
Oh, I
we
forgot
get
about
it.
John
You'll
Levitt.
raise
Holy
money off
shit.
of it. Congratulations to you. If you want, Mr. Chairman, I can get the transcript out. I can do a spirited reading. We can sit
No,
here.
I
I'll do
want
all
the video.
250 pages for you.
They
I'll even
keep
put on-
pushing transcripts because the transcript's open for the American people to see. Why not release the video? I mean, it's no big deal. Then again, it took them how long to release the January 6th tapes? It's timing.
like a Biden mask, make it visual so you can really get in the moment. We just want to know what's it going to take, Mr. Chairman, to get you comfortable. You go on Newsmax and you get comfortable. What's it going to take to get you comfortable to ask your friend Chairman Jordan sitting next to you when we're going to schedule impeachment? So we'll do it again. Ready? How about June, July, September?
Does the gentleman know how many spare Biden masks there are available in D.C.?
I don't, but there's a lot on Etsy. You can get lots of things. Okay, so look, I'll yield the balance of my time to the ranking member if he wants to use the last 40. Oh, you have something to say, Mr. Chairman? Go ahead, please.
No, I was going to say you yielded to ranking member
Yeah, I'm
Raskin. He
done.
has
I
30
know.
seconds.
Go ahead, Mr. Ranking Member.
Thank you, Mr. Moskowitz.
Jew.
There is an ethics principle that no solicitation of a campaign or political contribution may be linked to an action taken or to be taken by a member or employee in his or her official capacity. That's just a reminder to my side. I hope that nobody is linking specific actions that you're taking on the Oversight Committee to campaign contributions or solicitations. And with that, I'll yield back to the distinguished gentleman from
Time's
Florida.
expired. Does any other member seek recognition?
Mr.
Chair
Chairman,
recognizes Ms. Green.
I'd like to know
here
if
it
any
goes.
of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Good question.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Department of Justice.
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising.
Oh.
Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about
just
AG.
you.
I don't
Point
think
of-
you
point
know
of
what
order.
you're here
President.
for.
Well, you the one talking about. I guess
I
you
think
feel
your
stuck in the
fake
courtroom.
eyelashes are messing up
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr.
That's beneath even
please
your
regain order of your committee?
Order.
Please.
There's a point of
I mean, I've
order.
been
We have a
thinking that
point of
too.
order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to ask the parliamentarian if your conduct here in raising money in connection with this hearing is referable to the Ethics Committee within this hearing. Is a
Do it.
motion in order to refer your conduct and your abuse of
It's not a
process.
point of order. Not a
Mr.
point
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you
meeting
attack
will
the
suspend,
physical
meeting will
appearance of another
suspend.
person?
Are your
Oh my God,
feelings
really,
Her
AOC?
words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl?
We're gonna,
I don't think
we are going to
so.
move, and we're going to take your words down. Thank you very much.
that
Oh, look, she's ghetto again.
So who will have to pay? Okay.
You know,
All right.
her ghetto act is so fucking ridiculous. Especially when she goes back to New York and pretend like she has that ghetto Spanish accent. She's fucking LARPing, guys. She's a social justice warrior who doesn't believe anything she fucking says, or maybe she does because she loves the socialist way. She's not a Democrat, guys. She's a socialist. She admitted it. Although I will tell you, back when she was doing that dance on top of the fucking roof of that Boston University t-shirt, damn.
We're suspending.
Absolutely.
That was great, wasn't it?
No, we're taking her words down.
How about you turn your motherfucking microphones off?
Retract. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Shut up, AOC.
Not today. Not
Not today. Not today.
Sit down. Sit down.
Damn. Well, both of you should sit down then. Did you really want to talk shit to the biggest black dude in the room? You're lucky Wesley Hunt's not there.
Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to do a smarmy apology. She has to actually apologize. And that needs to be up to Ms. Crockett as well. Sure.
She doesn't have to apologize. This is a free country. You guys should know that. Oh.
It needs to be sincere.
We need an apology from Marjorie Taylor Greene, and it needs to be sincere, and it has to be out loud. The fuck is this? High school? Hurt Feelings Day?
Oh, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, we're gonna fight? AOC wants to fight? I mean, the thing is, Crockett does have ridiculously fake eyelashes.
That's all it is.
She's not used
She
to
doesn't
people
wanna
talking
say-
back to
She
her.
doesn't want to say sorry to nobody for nothing.
Nobody has to apologize. Oh, now they turn off the mic so nobody can hear anything? Interesting.
I'll ask. Yeah. No. No.
Damn right, Donovan. Honestly, I don't think AOC would win in a fight against Marjorie Taylor Greene. Especially if you put gloves on. AOC is the kind of person that starts a fight and then calls the cops. even though she wants to defund him. You're right, kids. I get that too.
Leaving?
The
That's why
committee
the
will
clubs would be great.
reconvene. Ms. Green has 4 minutes and 21 seconds. There's a motion. Ms. Green, do you wish to strike your words?
I have 4 minutes and 21 seconds to speak.
I think we have to do the motion first, and then unless there's another motion, then you'll be recognized again. But I believe there's another motion coming. So, will you agree to strike your words?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
agree.
Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
has to
recognizes
apologize. No,
Mr.
she has
Perry.
to apologize.
Okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Green
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
You're
not
nerve-wracking.
apologizing.
This
let's
little
not-
dumb
come
bitch
on,
is
guys.
really trying to force an apology. If I don't get it, we're not going to continue. Bro. I'm glad this is prime time. It should have been on Comedy Central, to be honest.
Why don't you debate me?
Oh,
Mr. Chairman, the
Ooh.
minority.
Pretty
No,
self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah,
out of order.
you don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair
Oh.
recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay.
Damn.
Move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
I would like to strike
Order.
The lady's
well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct apology. Ms. Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll
All
strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
Chair
Reserving the right to
recognize-
object.
No.
Chairman, I
Chair
reserve the right to
recognizes
object.
Mr.
I
Perry.
reserve the right to
Mr.
object.
Chairman, I move that Mr. Goldman's words and Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's words be stricken.
yep.
Okay.
Which words? And you have to do it contemporaneously. Object. The objection must be contemporaneous,
stop
and
being a
they haven't
bitch,
spoken
Amy.
in 10 minutes.
Nobody's spoken in 10 minutes.
Well, that's right. Therefore, defeating your proposal.
You all have. So that's my motion, Mr. Chairman.
We weren't able to.
But I object. It doesn't refer to anything that's on the floor. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez objected immediately and instantaneously, as you're supposed to do under the rules and precedents of the House of Representatives.
So the first time he could
Mr.
move to
Chairman,
strike.
point of,
Let's suspend,
Chairman,
let's
point of parliamentary inquiry.
All right. We're going to suspend for a minute, but we'll talk to the parliamentary.
This shit was a shit show from the start. It was great.
I object to your objection.
Can you do that? Overruled. Microphones are off again. Of course. Bro, I get it. You're in Congress and you want to be comfortable, but it's not very professional to wear tennis shoes. At least in my eyes. Mm-hmm. It's a long ass
Hey,
recess.
back. Okay,
Oh,
back-
Democrats don't sound happy.
Committee will come back to order. So, Ms. Green asked unanimous consent to strike her words. Mr. Raskin objected. I'm going to recognize Mr. Raskin for his objection. No, we're not counting against Ms. Green has 4 minutes and 21 seconds
Good.
left. This will not count against her time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I reserve the right to object because the understanding of the minority is that the gentlelady from Georgia
Oh, me and you
would
both,
move to
Phoenix.
take her words down and strike her words and to offer a sincere apology for having engaged in personalities against another member, offending her personal appearance.
It
and
doesn't
insulting
matter.
her. We
Didn't
don't do that in
fucking
this
Luna,
committee.
not Luna,
And
Goldman talk shit about Luna and Jordan and a couple other ones, but they didn't move to strike.
I think the major problem was that we allowed pornography in this committee, and we've gone down a bad road. But in any event, we should not allow
Oh, you mean Hunter?
face-to-face ad hominem insults. It's totally contrary to the rules of the House of Representatives.
So, are you done?
And I would ask Ms. Green if she would just make the apology. It's not that complicated. We don't want to get into face-to-face insults.
You
Forced
will never
apologies.
get an apology out of me.
Right.
I don't owe
then
you
I
one.
object. Then I object, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Askins objects. So the member will state the words he wishes taken down or she wishes taken down.
Well, what I heard her say, but I would like her to repeat the words. What I heard her to say was, and you can take off your fake eyelashes too.
Okay.
Well, then what did you say?
I mean,
what did you say, Ms. Green?
Really?
What was?
That's fucking petty, bro. She moved a
The
strike.
clerk needs to report the words, but those.
Okay, the clerk.
That was the sum and substance.
The clerk will report the words. Clerk will report the words.
They've already been stricken, though.
Mr. Chairman,
Look at the witnesses, man. They're just like, what the fuck?
This is great. Release the audio.
Hell yeah. I want the audio now.
A few minutes to get
Okay. We'll suspend.
Aren't we here for audio?
Chairman.
I'd like Joe Biden's audio.
Me too. I'm going to get with Mark Green. I want the audio. Oh, Mark Green's my congressman. He's from the same town I'm in.
Celsius. Where? We're on Celsius train.
This is fun.
Celsius? Can you grab me one?
Oh, him and tennis shoe guys are much better now. That's cool. They made up. Byron's back. That was him.
He's unfortunately at my apartment sleeping. I was trying to.
Oh, it's only
find out, and I got
8:55. That bitch said it was 11:30.
You have a lot of.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. So they're.
And you know what's funny with the cartoon character of AOC? I feel like she'd be the one that has like a big mouth, like legit, like a bullhorn type mouth whenever she speaks. Not because she's Latina, but well, I mean, yeah.
All right.
It's like rule of the house. You can't speak.
I thought we were there. I think it just automatically adjourns. He's like, fuck it.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
He's busy.
Mr. Chairman, just a point of order here. I believe there were members who've been interviewed by the media from their seats. Do we allow that?
Yes. It's
They
a reset.
identify as clerks.
That was fucking awesome.
Sorry.
That was awesome. Did y'all hear that? They're not media. They identify as clerks. That was the best answer I heard so far. Well, not so far, but I don't know about you, but I fucking like that. That was great.
Like as clerks?
That what?
You're not respecting their identity?
Wait,
Please be Luna.
Someone is being.
Okay.
Is that allowed?
For decorum, the media will evacuate the well
Mr. Chairman.
at the request of the
Mr. Chairman,
complaint of the ranking member.
Netflix followed Hunter Biden into this room. I don't remember anyone
Yeah.
across the aisle complaining about Hunter Biden, his TV film crew when he
Why
came
would they
up
want
here.
the media out?
That's a good point. So do you withdraw that?
Hell yeah.
Do you withdraw that?
Yeah, I was just.
Okay, Mr. Raskin withdrew this
Damn!
one. So, are we ready to proceed with Ms. Green?
Gotcha,
Finish her
bitch.
4 minutes and 21 seconds.
What is the ruling on the motion to take her words down? I thought we had an agreement. Okay.
Yeah.
He took the words
Mr.
down.
Chairman, I would just urge you to prevail upon the distinguished gentlelady from Georgia. Her words
Well, it's very difficult for the stenographer to understand everything with everyone yelling and screaming back and forth. But we went through this with I would like to make a point. We went through this with some of the things that Mr. Swalwell said in the Hunter Biden deposition.
True.
Some of the things that he said negative about some of our staff and the members weren't picked up by the stenographer, unfortunately, because there was so much yelling.
Fair enough, Mr. Chairman, but
Good, move
I
along.
think we don't want to see a complete dissent of our committee. And the verbatim quote of the gentlelady was, "I think your fake eyelashes are messing up your reading." That is what she said. I think.
First of all, I mean, it's just an observation, right? But I don't know if they did it here yet. But let's see how quickly they try to spin it to where it was a racist comment. Just wait for it, if it hasn't happened already.
Your fake eyelash, and that's obviously engaging in personalities. It's an ad hominem attack, and I would just ask every member of this committee, in a fair-minded way, would you want to be talked to in that way about your personal appearance by another member of the committee? Because what we're doing is we're setting standards.
What's up, DJ
going
Fruit Loop?
forward.
I'd be like, bring that shit on, bruh. Let's troll the fuck out of each other. Why not? Oh, Bleach Blonde comment.
All the gentlelady seeks is a simple apology, Ms. Green.
No.
Look, here, I will say this. For committee decorum, we're not supposed to engage in personalities of members. That applies to everyone on both sides of the aisle. Mr. Boskowitz, Ms. Green, every single member across the aisle. Can we? What did he say?
He just threw Moskowitz into it from.
What?
Can we? Are we?
Why don't y'all fund some more Israeli
The motion
money?
belongs to the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Ocasio-Cortez.
Okay, the clerk.
It's not.
Back to order.
excuse
The
us,
clerk
Green.
will report. The stenographer.
Mr. Chairman, there was a lot of over talking, but as far as we can make out, and you can remove your false eyelashes too.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Well, let's have a vote on that, because
Are
I
you
honestly don't think
serious?
there's a member in this committee who would think we should descend to that level of discourse here, other than
She
one. perhaps.
removed her comment. She stroked it. What's the big deal? They're wasting time now.
I'm sorry? You agree it should be taken down, Mr. Dons?
Mr. Raskin, the gentlelady from Georgia already said that she would
Thank you,
strike
Donald.
down her words.
Donald.
What else are we doing past that point?
What?
I didn't realize apologies were a matter of...
It's an agreement.
No, the suggestion was made to the minority that rather than go through the process of formally taking her words down, which means she wouldn't be able to speak for the rest of our hearing, as you know, that she could continue to speak, but she would voluntarily take her words down and offer a sincere apology.
I'm going to rule.
Thank you.
Overrule the point of order. It wasn't personalities. It was undecorous. And I would encourage, again, every member to abide by committee decorum, and let's vote. We all know what we're here for. You're either going to vote for it or against it.
Chairman.
And the lady from Georgia has 4 minutes and 21 seconds
Mr.
remaining.
Chairman, point of order.
I appealed the ruling of the chair, Mr. Chairman, because the rules provide that you cannot insult another member's personal appearance
He just
or
said that.
attire. And that is obviously part of engaging in personalities.
He just said that.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Hold on. We have so many motions. We're sitting here trying to. All right, there's now a motion to table Mr. Raskin's motion.
Oh.
No, but I was appealing your motion.
The motion by Mr. Perry, seconded by
I don't believe
Mr.
you can table
Gosar.
motion. I
All
don't believe
those
you
in
can table.
favor?
It's not eligible to
This is-
table.
this is-
It's
Shut
not
the fuck
eligible
up
to
and
table.
do your jobs.
We can table the appeal. We can table the appeal.
I don't know if we can table. Is
The
it
underlying
privilege to
motion.
strike?
We can table the appeal.
Thank you.
There's a motion and second to table the appeal.
Okay, just to be clear, your ruling was that she had not engaged in personalities?
Mr.
Is that
Chairman,
your
when
ruling?
do I have my
I said-
4 minutes and 21 seconds?
I've already ruled.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
All right, so
Oh my
No,
God.
there's a motion. to vote on. It's not debatable. Motion by Mr. Perry, seconded by Mr. Gosar to table. All those in favor of tabling signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no.
I want a recorded vote.
Motion passes to table.
Woo!
Now,
Move for the
Chair
ayes and the nays.
recognizes Ms. Green.
I want to move for the ayes and a recorded vote.
A recorded vote to table has been requested. The clerk will call the roll on table.
Amendments at the desk.
Mr. Jordan.
I have an amendment at the desk.
Oh shit!
We're
What's up,
we're
Vlad?
voting on a requested roll call vote on whether or not to table. She started the roll call with Mr. Jordan.
Mr. Turner. Mr. Gosar.
Man, this is a big joke.
Mr.
Man.
Gosar votes yes.
Maybe that's why
Ms.
they
Fox.
wanted it in prime time.
Ms. Fox votes yes. Mr. Grothman. Mr. Grothman votes yes. Mr. Cloud. Mr. Cloud votes yes. Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer votes aye. Mr. Higgins.
Clay's in there now?
Mr. Higgins votes yes. Mr. Sessions. Mr. Sessions votes aye. Mr. Biggs. Mr. Biggs votes aye. Ms. Mace. Ms. Mace votes aye. Mr. LaTurner. Mr. LaTurner votes aye. Mr. Fallon. Mr. Fallon votes aye. Votes yes. Mr. Timmons. Aye. Ms. Green votes Bert. Fry. Ms. Luna. Burleson. Ms. Norton Lynch votes nay. Murthy votes no. Ms. Porter.
No.
Brown votes no.
Yep.
Ms. Lee.
Yep.
Mr. Goldman.
Nope.
Presley votes no.
Tally that shit. It's not that hard.
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, the ayes are 21,
What up, Nunya?
the nays are 19, with one voting present.
All right, motion table. Now the chair recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
What now?
Now that was ridiculous. Let's see if she repeats it. If she's got balls.
Then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
Look at Jamie's face.
What now?
Repeat it.
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold on.
part of
I'm
it.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman,
I
motion to
had
strike
no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just
You just voted to do
Y'all
it.
did it first, so you don't wanna talk about it.
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm
No, you're
down.
not.
Calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like to
y'all
get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying
Hey,
to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games.
I can't hear
Crockett.
you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can
no,
you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
Get her,
y'all
Luna.
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right, chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes
Not cute.
Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21
Oh
seconds.
shit,
4
you're
minutes.
right.
Let Ms.
Donovan. You are fucking right. Because butch is a derogatory term. Holy shit. Because I'm pretty sure the LGBT is a higher protected class now.
Ms. Green talk, and then you all can. I'll recognize.
But I
someone on
moved to
this side.
strike her words for a second time based on her second set of personal remarks attacking another member.
What?
Who? Chairman Comer.
Because you all cannot
I have an
seem
amendment at
to
the desk,
apply
and this
the rules
sideshow
of the
needs to
committee.
stop.
We have to do this every time.
Okay, I'm recognized. I'm recognized. I'm going to go ahead and start talking.
Look, I know. Look, I don't know if you noticed it. I have 2 hearing aids. I'm very deaf. I'm not understanding. Everybody's yelling. I'm doing the best I can. Can we not recognize Ms. Green and let
We
her
cannot because of the rules of the committee, Mr. Chair. That is what I'm trying to communicate in the
It
present
was
moment.
enrolled already.
Okay, what's the motion?
The motion is to strike the gentlelady's words for the second.
They're
set
already
of remarks,
removed.
not the first. The seconds that
has
apply
no
to
idea.
me.
You can't strike them if they've already been removed, you dumb donkey.
Has no idea. I think, Mr. Chairman, I'm the only one recognized right now.
We objected at the time.
Will the member state the word she wishes
Yes.
struck?
She told me, or she asserted that I was not intelligent.
Was
These are the specific words. We can have it read.
Whoa. She didn't direct it at anybody. It was a blanket statement, in my opinion, so overruled.
It was made immediately.
And it was made immediately. I am not moving now.
I don't think it was
I am not
timely.
moving
It was made
now.
immediately, both by the gentlelady and by me.
Mr. Chair,
look.
it was made immediately.
It was made
and
immediately,
you said
both by
that
the
you would
gentlelady and by
return
me.
to us.
Guys,
She said, "You don't have the intelligence to talk to me," is what she said.
I mean, she's right.
the chair recognizes Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, what is happening with the ruling?
I object to the ruling now.
We must object.
I mean, if you want to take it up.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Bro, what I think should happen is they should pick one representative from the left side and then take one representative from the right side and literally just have them do a slap fest. And by it doesn't matter if it's male or female. I want Byron Donalds to fucking slap the shit out of somebody. Let's say Ron Goldman. Dan Goldman.
We should just adjourn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I was.
hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought Jerry Springer died.
I don't just like to go to work.
Hey, I'm just.
Yeah, we can do that later, but this is for right now to get the meeting moving forward.
This is not oversight, it's Jerry. Mr. Chairman, a point of order.
Is that Haskin?
Mr. Chairman.
No.
Mr. Chairman, on a point of order.
Uh-huh. Where is the chairman?
Yep.
Oh, there he is.
Right away.
Yeah. To a time certain tomorrow. To a time certain tomorrow. That way, we'll take this up again.
Oh, are they doing this today again? Okay. Okay.
Motion to recess, wouldn't it?
Got to find it.
Day to day.
I don't remember getting a message.
How do you feel about my moving to adjourn?
Okay.
We got it. I'm gonna rule to strike the word.
This is fun.
We got it. All right. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Back in
yo,
order.
check this shit out. I should have played this tonight, and it would have been my episode of Saturday Night Live because you can't make this shit up.
Committee will come back to order. The chair rules to strike the words that Ms. Green said, where she said that Ms. Ocasio-Cortez was not.
That she lacked the intelligence to speak to her when, in
true,
fact,
though.
Ms. Ocasio-Cortez is a brilliant member.
Get anything on me.
No, we should be on the record with what was happening.
Okay, we struck the words that she said, "You're not intelligent." Are we good on that?
No.
The words have been struck.
No, it was,
No.
It was to take the words down.
Yeah, we're
Mr.
good.
Chairman.
Goldman, you're out of order. Listen.
Mr. Chairman, her motion was to take her words down, not to strike the words.
That was his ruling,
It was
though.
to strike the words. That's what Ms. Ocasio-Cortez asked.
Okay. Which is to take them down.
There's no such
Which is
thing.
to take them down.
Which is to
Which
take
is to
them
take
down.
them
Which
down.
is to take them down. They've been taken down.
All right, then that
Taken
means
down.
that Ms.
All right.
Green has to leave the committee.
Ms.
She
Goldman,
cannot
Mr.
speak
Goldman,
any-
you're out of order. Now, I want everyone to let's comply with decorum. The chair recognizes
Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Green from no.
her words were taken down.
No, her words were taken down. That means she
Chair,
cannot speak.
bitch.
The chair
If
recognizes.
her words are stricken, she cannot
Not
speak
speak.
in this hearing. Talk to your parliamentarian. She has to get out.
Wow. Wow.
Without a motion under unanimous consent, the gentlelady is not permitted to speak.
There was some
Chairman?
anger behind that. She needs to get out. Bro, if the roles were reversed right now, oh my God, imagine all the shit that would be happening.
This session. And we're happy to revive our motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman. I think these 17-hour days might not work for us.
Again,
Something about working, huh?
again, they are paid right now to do the job that they're doing right now, which is why they're being retarded about it. But then working, we're working 17-hour days. I don't care, dude. You're getting paid six figures to sit up there and do nothing.
Yeah, maybe showing up for a vote.
Damn.
You have a lot to say, being that you're on retainer for the judge's daughter.
Ooh.
Sorry, Trust Fund Kit.
Mr. Chairman.
We should strike those words
shit,
too.
that
I
mom's
hope you
back.
brought your popcorn.
Mr. Chair,
Chairman.
Strike
we have to
those
strike
after
those
we
as well.
strike the
Mr.
fact that they
Chairman.
called they were making comments about Marjorie's body. So
Oh,
we can do
Mr.
this all night
Chairman.
long, but I have a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
at
this
the
is out of
desk I'd
control.
like to get.
We should adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Motion at the desk.
Mr. Chairman,
I think my body's pretty good at. I'm going to be 50
point of order.
this month. I am. I turned 50.
Mr. Chairman.
I mean, she's
Pretty good.
She is
Mr.
50.
Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
we have some members in the room who are drinking inside the hearing room who are
Oh,
not members
shit.
of this hearing.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, we have members who are not on this committee sitting in the hearing room.
We have members
drinking.
talking who haven't been recognized. Mr. Chairman, point of inquiry. Mr. Chairman, point of...
Democrats are against.
Mr.
drinking.
Chairman, point of inquiry.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman,
Water.
We're going
There you go.
to suspend. We're going to suspend for 5 minutes while our staffs work the parliamentary questions out. So this committee has
Mr.
suspended
Chairman.
for 5 minutes. It'd be a good time for everyone to go out and take
Can we
a break.
apologize to the
Get some
American
fresh
people
air.
back home
5
first?
minutes.
That would be really
Committee
great.
will
if they
reconvene in
heard
5
how
minutes.
sorry we are that we're not.
That was fun. Little things like this that people miss. Yes. Wait. I'm live, but that wasn't live. That was last night. But it's crazy. Now we know why we don't get shit done. Wow, that turned into a whole shit show. It's almost like a reality TV show. Well, actually, it is a reality TV show. And should we just call it the Jersey Shore now? I don't even know what to say anymore. That's embarrassing. Because you think about... Yeah, exactly, Fireside. I think somebody already alluded at the beginning. Just think about when we used to make fun of other countries because we would see their parliaments or whatever the fuck they have doing the exact same shit. And now this shit is happening over in the Canadian government with the Minority Leader and Justin Trudeau, which, don't get me wrong, it's fucking hilarious. But it's definitely personal attacks back and forth. It's the whole world oh, maybe that's what they want to usher in, a whole one world, like New America. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Anyway, that's... I mean, I feel like that was a high school class. Yo, it is high school in the lunchroom. But anyway, wait, I think I got one more, but I don't think it's Congress. Oh, yes. It's time for some Saturday motivation. It may be a little dark, but it's still motivation. And well, then I'll see you after the motivational video. Oh, shit.
Do you feel the warmth of your cozy routine wrapping around you like a comforting embrace? Beware, for in its embrace lies the death knell of ambition. Dreams are not nurtured in the cradle of comfort. They are forged in the crucible of discomfort. Every great achievement in history was born from the fires of adversity, from the relentless pursuit of something beyond the confines of comfort. Look around you at the embers of shattered dreams left in the wake of those who chose the path of least resistance. The road to greatness is fraught with hardship, trials, and tribulations. It demands sacrifice, resilience, and unwavering determination. Comfort is the enemy lurking in the shadows, waiting to extinguish the flames of your potential. So, I implore you, rise from the soft embrace of comfort. Embrace the discomfort, the uncertainty, the fear, for it is in those moments of struggle that your true strength is revealed. Do not let the allure of comfort lull you into a false sense of security. Let the words "comfort kills dreams" be etched into your soul as a reminder of the price of complacency. Let it fuel the fire within you to strive for greatness, to pursue your dreams with relentless fervor. Remember, it is not the comfortable who shape the world, but the courageous who dare to defy the status quo. So step boldly into the unknown, for therein lies the crucible where dreams are forged and greatness is achieved. Shatter the shackles of mediocrity and dare to defy the gravitational pull of comfort. Embrace the discomfort of uncertainty, for it is the breeding ground of innovation and growth. In the darkness of discomfort, you will discover the light of your potential shining, brighter than ever before. Embrace the challenges that come your way, for they are the stepping stones on the path to your greatness. Do not fear failure, for it is but a temporary setback on the journey to success. Each stumble is a lesson learned, each setback a chance to rise stronger and wiser than before. So let the echoes of comfort kills dreams serve as a rallying cry, a battle hymn for those who refuse to be confined by the limitations of comfort. Let it be the anthem of your defiance against the status quo, for it is only when we dare to step out of our comfort zones that we truly come alive. So, go forth, fearless and unyielding, and seize the greatness that awaits you beyond the confines of comfort. Your dreams are calling, and it is time to answer with unwavering resolve. Growth resides in discomfort. It is in the moments of unease, uncertainty, and challenge that we find the fertile soil for personal evolution. Consider the caterpillar, snug within its cocoon. It is only through the struggle of breaking free from its comfortable confinement that it emerges transformed, reborn as a majestic butterfly. So too must we embrace discomfort as the catalyst for our own metamorphosis. Picture yourself standing on the precipice of your comfort zone, peering into the vast expanse of the unknown. It is a daunting sight, filled with risks and uncertainties, yet it is also brimming with infinite possibilities, waiting to be seized by those brave enough to venture forth. It is when we dare to step beyond the familiar shores of our comfort zone that we unlock hidden reservoirs of potential within ourselves. We discover strengths we never knew we possessed, skills we never knew we could master, and dreams we never dared to pursue. Every stumble, every setback, every moment of discomfort is a signpost on the journey of personal growth. It is nature's way of nudging us out of our complacency and propelling us towards our fullest potential. So I urge you, Do not shrink from discomfort, but embrace it with open arms. Embrace the uncertainty of the unknown, for it is the crucible in which your character is forged. Embrace the challenges that come your way, for they are the stepping stones on the path to greatness. In the words of Neil Donald Walsh, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So step boldly into the discomfort, for it is there that you will find the true essence of who you are and who you are meant to become. Feel the exhilaration of pushing past your limits, of stretching yourself beyond what you once thought possible. Embrace the discomfort of growth, for it is a sign that you are expanding, evolving, becoming more than you were yesterday. Do not let fear hold you back from the grand adventure that awaits beyond your comfort zone. Instead, let courage be your compass, guiding you through the uncharted territories of your potential. And as you journey through the realms of discomfort, remember that you are not alone. There are countless souls traversing similar paths, facing similar fears, and overcoming similar obstacles. Draw strength from their stories, their triumphs, and their resilience. For in the shared struggle lies the seed of camaraderie, the bond that unites us all in our quest for growth and self-discovery. Together, we can weather the storms of discomfort and emerge stronger, wiser, and more alive than ever before. So embrace the discomfort. Embrace the journey of growth, for it is a journey that will lead you to the very essence of your being.
I don't know about you, man, but when you hear it like that, I think it's a different sound in your mind. Because, like he's saying, like the growth, the journey, you can't have growth and comfort, right? So if you're just always there trying to take the easy way, you're never going to fully become who you are. And maybe it's situations where you have no control over what's happening, as bad as that sounds, but how you react to it. Because sometimes people react to certain situations in a different way. They interpret it a different way. So let's say somebody like me and what I've gone through, and somebody like this other guy who's about the same age as me, who's gone through whatever struggles he's gone through. Would he switch places with me? Mentally? Probably not. Well, actually, mentally and physically, I'm saying he probably couldn't. Now, if I had to go through some of the struggles he did, who knows? Maybe I'll be a fucking scumbag too. It's all in how you interpret things. It's how you grow. And when he's talking about fear, and that's one of the things I had a big issue with until the first bullet went flying over my head. I think everyone's biggest fear is to die, to be honest, which is not a fear of mine anymore. I don't know why. Ever since I was a kid, everything that happened to me molded me to the kind of person I am today, which been finding out more and more it's a little more rare. And I was told the same thing when I was a leader in the military. They said my kind was a dying breed, which kind of shows now because look at the leadership they have today. But whether it's in life, whether it's in your journey through your careers, there are people who may not have had similar situations, but the after effects are the same. And that's the kind of community that people need, to where you can come together, listen to somebody like my point of view, whether you disagree with it, whether you agree with it, whether you like the language I use. I don't care. If you're here to listen, to grow, to make your own thoughts, then I've done my job. If you think about it, because somebody's listening. Matter of fact, you're listening to me right now, you're absorbing. You're learning more about who I am. Just like when I read your guys' response to the chat, I know more and more about you than that, I don't know, goes on a deeper level, if I can maybe see that. We're about to be Yeti. But like I said, embrace everything. Interpret it not in a bad way. Interpret it at how you could move forward. You can grow better. And if it's here, great. I appreciate every single one of you, whether you like me or not. I'm basically here to not filter. I want you guys to see a different point of view and how somebody like me thinks. Like I said, I'm a different thinker. But some of you have been learning bits and parts, and you actually hear because you think you meld. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I'm not here to tell you how to think. I'm just here to tell you to think. Wait, I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just telling you think, right? That's way better. But yeah, it's great. Great y'all listened. And here's a little humor on the way out since we've been, serious the whole time. Oh, wait, that's definitely not the humor one. Well, this is definitely not the video I thought it was going to be. Zippity, late. Better late than never. But I'm still going to play this video because it's about conspiracy and the government and all that shit. Love y'all. In a strictly heterosexual kind of way.
Wordplay, activate. Why you always cynical? Hit you with some change just so I can knock some sense in you. If you paid attention, it would cost you just a penny for your thoughts, and now I'm spreading like the gossip in your middle school. We in a mental prison, convicted of repetition. You only empowered till you power on your television. We in a decade where everybody is sensitive, and if you get offended, you raise attention till tensions build it. If it ain't politically correct, it's when you make waves. I spawn the wave so I can try to change your wavelength. Look, you chemically imbalanced and you probably depended on medicine. It puts the harm into pharmacy. You introducing toxicity to our bodies with the food and the water you provide us, and this is comedy. That you trust the FDA as they work along with Big Pharma to poison us, diagnose us, prescribe us to begin profiting. We've been brought up by the world's elites and the blood runs deep. It's a new world order. Somebody wake me please from the American dream. I said we've been brought up by the world's elites and the blood runs deep. It's a new world order. Somebody wake me please. I've been studying statistics like an economist. The truth is in the water, but the water's what the problem is. Look, I am anonymous, signing on and you following. Searching for a high while I'm searching for a higher consciousness. The bottom line is that we've been focused on everything that's technologically inclined, and it's been blinding us. It's more symbolic than Masonic trigonometry. You trying to find a balance like you swallowing Klonopin, I am enlightened in the thought that we've been darkening the minds of the masses. It's like we've all become robotic. It's demonic. The monsters that monitor you have been targeting you by the products you bought, or simply by the monopoly. A lot of these controlled oppositions make a mockery about falsifying these topics like the Illuminati, but the blood runs thick when it's been drawn with the phlebotomy. We need a closer look than today's modern day astronomy, We've been brought up by the world's elites and the blood runs deep. It's a new world order. Somebody wake me please from the American dream. I said we've been brought up by the world's elites and the blood runs deep. It's a new world order. Somebody wake me please. You go against the biggest lies, then lose. The biggest lie then becomes about you. I said, you go against the biggest lies, then lose. The biggest lie then becomes about you. Try to dumb me down, there's nothing that can reverse it. It goes deeper than researching and just scratching the surface. The water that you drink contains a hazardous waste, extremely neurotoxic chemicals. You can't see a taste, it's fluoridation. It causes you submissive behavior, it messes with your brain, leading to IQ deprivation. Now tell me this, why in the world would they want to take control? It's the goal, 1776, the NWO, whoa, no. Don't believe everything that you see on TV or in the history books that you read. They own the banks, control the media and everything you hear in the music and the entertainment industry. We've been brought up by the world's elites and the blood runs deep. It's a new world order. Somebody wake me please from the American dream. I said we've been brought up by the world's elites and the blood runs deep. It's a new world order. Somebody